Wondering whether you should move to Austin, Texas or Raleigh, North Carolina? Well, you have certainly come to the right place. I've lived in Austin for the past 14 years now, and I know a ton about what makes this city so incredibly special and unique. We've also assisted numerous clients moving both to and from the Raleigh area, so we have the inside knowledge of what living in each city is all about. In this video, I'm going to break down the major differences between both Austin and Raleigh to ultimately help you decide which is the better fit for you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First up, let's talk about size. Austin is the capital of Texas and has a population of around 1 million people spread over roughly 300 square miles. And I'll tell you exactly why this is important in a minute. And keep in mind, this is just inside Austin city limits and not including the larger metro area. If we do include the entire Austin metro, we're actually pushing the 2.5 million people mark. So a substantial size difference when you consider the entire Austin MSA. Raleigh is also the state capital of North Carolina and has just under 500,000 residents within the city limits. This covers an area of roughly 150 square miles. If we do include the entire metro area as we did with Austin, the population nearly triples to 1.5 million people, still about 1 million people less than Austin though, and I'll tell you why this makes such a substantial difference. So overall, Austin has more people and more space, perfect if you love that kind of vibrant, expansive urban environment. Raleigh is about half the size of Austin with half the population of Austin, ideal for those who really love that city environment, but with fewer people and certainly less congestion, definitely a plus. On that note, when it comes to urban development and infrastructure, both cities have a very similar feel in that they're fairly spread out, especially when you consider the entire metro area. Both areas have suburbs just outside the city limits for those who want even more space and in some cases greater affordability. Now, Austin does have a larger footprint than Raleigh, with a downtown area that has more of that big city vibe if that's what you're going for. The city has also focused a little bit more on investing in public transportation, especially options within this urban core. With Austin's larger downtown area than Raleigh, Austin does allow people to live downtown and get by fairly well without having a car. While Raleigh's downtown is definitely growing rapidly, I'd say it's still about 10 years away from the development that you're going to find in a city like Austin. There's of course plenty to do, which I'm going to get into here shortly, but it has that smaller city feel. So if that's what you're going for, then Raleigh could be a really nice fit for you. Let's talk about the landscape. Austin is actually situated in the beautiful Texas hill country, providing a landscape of rolling hills and lakes all throughout the greater Austin metro. This is what I find makes the whole area incredibly unique. You're going to find Austin staples like Lady Bird Lake, Barton Springs, and the really popular Lake Travis, situated just 30 minutes west of downtown. This is perfect for outdoor activities like hiking, biking, and definitely boating, a popular pastime here in Austin. Raleigh also has its fair share of natural beauty with Umstead State Park, Falls Lake, and plenty of greenways and trails all throughout the city. North Carolina in general is absolutely beautiful and really well known for its sprawling oak trees all throughout the state. Both cities also have really extensive park systems and hiking trails, which is one of the things I certainly love about the Austin area in general. Austin actually has over 300 parks with about 18 acres per 1,000 people and over 200 miles of trails. That's huge. And in Raleigh, you're going to find over 220 parks with 13 acres per 1,000 people and over 120 miles of trails. So equally impressive, especially for a city that's half the size of Austin. No matter how you slice it, you're going to enjoy the outdoors in each location. You really cannot go wrong between the two. Let's dive into the weather a little bit. Now, both of these cities actually have subtropical climates with generally long summers, more mild winters, and some humidity throughout. Now, Austin tends to average in the mid 90s in the summer and low 60s in the winter, while Raleigh doesn't vary too drastically, but averages in the mid to upper 80s in the summer and low 50s in the winter. So when you're in Raleigh, you're definitely going to have a more mild summer compared to the heat that you're going to find in the Austin area. It may be a slightly cooler winter, but generally mild all in all. If you like the heat and live for those summer months, Austin may be just the place for you, while Raleigh offers more distinct fall and spring seasons overall. Before we get into things like the cost of living and lifestyle between Austin and Raleigh, I want to to welcome you to the channel where it's all about living in Austin. My name is Aubrey von Behren. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in the Austin Metro, and my team has helped hundreds of people relocate here to the Austin area. As a local for over 14 years now, I love sharing my favorite parts of the city. So if you're buying, selling, or moving to the area, call, text, or email me. I'd love to connect and be your real estate resource of choice. And if you want to see more comparison videos like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Let's move right on to the cost of living in each location. Austin's smaller size relative to some of the larger metros throughout the country, limited land for expansion, and high demand for housing have really contributed to a rise in housing costs in recent years. But living in Texas definitely has its perks, as there is no state income tax. If you're familiar with Texas, you may know that we do have property taxes, so be sure to pay attention to those as you do continue your research, and always definitely reach out to us so we can break down exactly what you need to know about these specifics. Overall, Raleigh generally offers a more affordable cost of living, primarily due to lower housing costs and more available land for development, while Raleigh residents are subject to a state income tax and a modest property tax. But don't forget, Austin's surrounding suburbs offer a ton of value and more cost-effective options than living in the city center. So as you continue along, be sure to check out some of my other videos to learn a little bit more about Austin's really popular suburbs, because there are a ton. Let's talk about economic opportunities in each location. When it comes to job opportunities, both cities have thriving job markets, especially in the tech sector. Austin is a significant tech hub, earning the nickname Silicon Valley of the South or Silicon Hills. Our thriving tech industry and startup culture can certainly be appealing to those professionals who are working or looking to break into these tech fields. Also, being the state capital, you're going to find employment opportunities in various government agencies. Medical fields are also a really large presence throughout the entire area. On the note of Raleigh, Raleigh is actually adjacent to Research Triangle Park, the world's largest tech research center, making it a powerhouse in the fields of technology, pharmaceuticals, and even education. This means the city offers plenty of diverse job opportunities in addition to what you're going to find in the Austin Metro. While big companies like Google and Apple are well established in Austin, these same companies are just starting to establish themselves in Raleigh, so that's going to take a little bit of time. Now on to one of my all-time favorite topics, the food scene. I've likely said this in other videos, but when people ask me what I like to do in my free time, I often wonder if eating and trying new food can actually count as a hobby. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Diving into Austin's food scene, you're going to find that it's diverse with more of a casual and up-and-coming vibe, so to speak. We have amazing, authentic restaurants for all types of cuisines throughout the city, a variety of food trucks, and what seems like unlimited Tex-Mex options, top-notch barbecue joints, and so much more. We also have a really thriving foodie scene with many of our well-known local eateries expanding into larger markets like LA, Dallas, and Miami even. For the time being, Raleigh is smaller, and for that reason, I find that it has more of the under-the-radar dining scene. There are certainly plenty of options for Southern comfort food, nice farm-to-table restaurants, and even international cuisine throughout. Likely because of Raleigh's smaller footprint, though, it doesn't quite have the diversity or variety that you're going to find in the Austin Metro. While both cities offer great culinary options, Austin's laid-back vibe, diverse cuisine, innovative food culture, and variety are really pretty hard to beat. I think Raleigh will get there, but it may just take a handful of years. Music, arts, and nightlife can certainly make or break a city. And the good news is that Austin has plenty of all three. Austin is often hailed as the live music capital of the world, with numerous festivals, concerts, and cultural events all throughout the year. We definitely have no shortage of music throughout Austin. We have Austin City Limits, aka ACL, every year, now over the course of 2 weekends in October, and South by Southwest, as well as vibrant local art scene throughout most parts of the city. For more of your traditional offerings, you have the Austin Symphony and Ballet, as well as local museums for contemporary art, our State History Museum, and the Blanton Museum of Art, which is actually the largest university art museum in the entire country. When it comes to nightlife in Austin, there's no shortage of bars, clubs, and restaurants to check out all throughout the city. Many of these are located downtown, of course, so if that's something that you really enjoy, you may want to pop over to some of our other videos highlighting the most exciting neighborhoods in Austin and a little bit more about downtown itself. Raleigh with its North Carolina Symphony, Carolina Ballet, and a variety of theaters and galleries, also has a very rich cultural scene. The nightlife isn't quite on the level of Austin, which is to be expected because of the sheer difference in size, but it's definitely still growing. People tend to have their favorite spots they frequent without the same variety that Austin may offer, though. Now, keep in mind that both cities offer plenty of entertainment options, but if live music is your thing and maybe a bit more variety when it comes to those entertainment offerings, then Austin is probably the place to be. Our next topic is still a sore spot for me, but we're working through it. So let's talk about sports. For a long time, this has been one of my pain points with Austin. I will say that it's slowly getting better, and I'll tell you why. Austin's newest pro soccer team, Austin FC, has really taken our city by storm, and I want to give them major props for that. This is our very popular Major League Soccer team. I find that even those who don't necessarily follow the sport of soccer find themselves really getting into these live games. They're a ton of fun, definitely worthwhile to check out. Austin is also home to the large University of Texas, which is a major contender in many college sports. Because UT Austin is situated just north of downtown, you're going to find a sea of burnt orange walking the streets and tailgating before all of the major football and baseball games. Although our soccer team, Austin FC, is unfortunately the only pro sports team that we have as of now, we do have a few minor league teams in baseball, hockey, and basketball, so be sure to explore those. Some are actually pretty good and entertaining. Let's talk more about Raleigh's pro sports offerings. If you're hockey fans, you can actually plug into their local pro team, the Carolina Hurricanes, with a super rich history and an incredibly lively fan base. Raleigh is also home to two soccer teams that are in a league just below the MLS, which is the league that Austin FC is a part of. Raleigh also has a couple of minor league baseball teams similar to Austin's Round Rock Express team, located in Round Rock, just north of Austin. Theirs are actually called the Durham Bulls and the Carolina Mudcats, which are AAA affiliates. Of course, similar to the University of Texas at Austin, you also have the popular North Carolina State University system with a plethora of college sports offerings like you're going to find here at UT Austin. Ultimately, where you decide to live depends on a variety of factors, of course: job prospects, lifestyle preferences, housing costs, and personal interests, just to name a few. Both Austin and Raleigh are young, diverse, and really vibrant cities with transplants from all over the world, really providing a mix of different lifestyles throughout. On that note, Austin offers a really vibrant social and food scene with a bustling downtown and plenty of green space for all of your outdoor offerings, while Raleigh has a more affordable cost of living and that smaller city feel, which some people are really wanting. Of course, the best way to know which city is right for you is to visit both and take in all that they have to offer. If Austin feels like the better fit for you, be sure to reach out to us so we can help you get the most out of your next visit or move to Austin. If you're looking in Raleigh, go ahead and reach out to us too, because I'd love to connect you with our real estate resource of choice in Raleigh. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until next time.